Monday, let it rain everywhere with the Monday. Sorry guys, I miss karaoke. Salary, such a taboo thing to talk about, right? But the more informed you are and the more woke you are towards your own value, the more prepared you become in discussing your salary with your boss. Sounds good, right? Hi, welcome back to Keys with Gwen, and today we were talking about fight for your salary. Fight for your salary. Yeah! Just a little backstory of how did I think about this. Back in my day, during my previous company, I've seen cases where people around me, they are so enclosed and lack confidence, like the low self-esteem artists we are, that they get taken advantage by the company, and they didn't ask for a raise, they didn't ask for anything, they just accepted what it was. And they are actually very brilliant artists who know that they did put in the hard work and all that, but because they have this fear of talking to your superiors, they didn't really fight for what they really truly wanted at heart. So it pains me to see that. And maybe you're thinking like, I'm a small little artist in that company and I don't really think I deserve but truth is, you gotta know your value and you gotta fight for it, no matter what. Because there are companies out there who will take advantage of your shyness, or they will just take it like in face value and say like, yep, I understand that you have nothing else to say, so I'll just maintain the salary for you for another 1 year or so. Like, that's not fair. Due to inflation and all that, it's not fair at all. So I would like to raise up this topic and talk about how do you fight for your salary, because we know how we struggle with the bare minimum in wages and salaries and inflation and all that stuff. So in some ways you still have to fight for your survival, to catch up and all that. Like, people say like, yeah, being an artist is a very good job, it's a very fun job, it's nice and all, like you draw every day, you watch anime. You can watch YouTube at work and stuff and see it as references. Yeah, but in reality, as an artist, you have to take up the nice side of the job and also the bad sides. One day, let's discuss about this in another video. So let's get to it. When do you ask for a raise? So usually in our local companies or companies in general, you usually ask it during a contract renewal phase if you're under a contract, or you ask it during annual reviews if you have a permanent contract. To summarize, being under contract means that you have a limited amount of time that they will sign for you. So if you're being offered a contract that's worth 1 year during maybe 2021, January the 1st, so your contract will end during January 1st, 2022. And in between, if they like you and they like your attitude, or they want to continue you within like a given set amount of time, depending on the contract details, they will inform you if they would like to renew you. If they renew you as a contract-based artist again, you will be renewed maybe like for a set amount of time. If you have a permanent contract, of course you have a permanent position, but nothing is permanent, especially when you've seen like what happened during the lockdown and all that. There's good and bad for both types of contracts. We can talk about that in another day as well. So how to ask for a raise in salary? So the most simple thing of all is to focus on your job, do your part well, and be a valuable asset to the team. I might not have just said the word easy. Yeah, truth be told, it's not easy to be a valuable asset and do your best and all that, because in some ways we are of course replaceable, but the point is to go to a part where they will reconsider to not replace you, and then slowly you'll transition to I'm irreplaceable, be irreplaceable. Another way is to show proof of your achievements. Whatever set goals that you set for yourself, if you've performed it and maybe like in 6 months time, or before that, you can also tell your supervisor that, okay, I'm gonna reach this goal within 6 months. For example, I would like to handle more difficult shots as a junior or something. And within 6 months, if the supervisor actually sees that, yes, you've handled that crowd shot very well, I'm gonna hand it to you. So you can use this as a point to fight for your salary. Like, yes, I've done this. In return, can I get this? It's also some ways to fight for yourself, and to me it's very important. So know your worth. Skill-based. Maybe if you're in a junior position, you might ask like,
yeah, but I'm not that experienced. I can't really do a lot of things that the mid-levels or the seniors can do. What worth am I to actually fight for my salary or ask for a raise and such?
well, you have a good point, but that's why you can always ask for a raise in smaller amounts and depending on your little achievements. Once you reach the mid-level animator role, you can ask for more, and then it slowly transitions to more and more. So you don't have to worry about being like,
oh, I'm a minuscule artist, I should not ask for it.
Even if it's just like maybe a 5% raise or a 7% raise in your salary, a raise is still a raise. So take that as a little achievement. Remember that I fought for myself, pat myself on the back. Because as usual, you never ask, you never know. So if you like to know, okay, I'm a junior, I'm a mid-level, or I'm a senior. Oh yeah. How much am I worth? How much is my skill worth? One way to know is to bring your current demo reel or your show reel. You can apply it to other companies to have a clearer idea of how much you're worth. You can do also market research, talk to people you know, or headhunters. Usually they have a very clear idea of how much this role is worth. So from there you can slowly think about like, yeah, I'm worth this much. So if this company is not really providing me this much, or my next company, I should have more than this because I've grown as a company in said time. It's actually a very powerful tool to know that you yourself are worth this much, and if this company cannot afford you, move on to the next. One more thing is you have to talk to your superiors and all that, but please ask politely. Assertion and confidence is important, yes, but you can always do it in a polite way. Like for example, like, yes, I see my salary is still constant from the previous contract. No, I won't sign. Or you can be like, yes, I see that it's the same thing, but I would like to discuss about my salary and the potential of it to grow more because of these certain achievements that I've done. I would also like to know that I've been working more to help the team. So in some ways, I would like to be compensated in such ways to me that will be more fair and for my extra time given into and my extra efforts given into the company. What do you say? What if you're not satisfied with your salary? Ask why. Evaluate yourself on whether you agree or not. Like they will always, for example, they always give
like, oh, because this we think you've not really grown that much as an artist, and there's more space for growth. So we would like to keep you at this bracket salary-wise for this role and think about it in the future.
Or sometimes they don't really give you a reason at all. They just think that you're an easy pushover who ain't gonna talk about his own salary because artists. But in terms like this, whether you are given like a reason or not, you have to evaluate for yourself. Like, yeah, I've been having this amount of salary for 2 years. Is it time? Please don't get pushed around for so long and stuff. Like, there's always a better way to approach your salary. So really, really, really evaluate on whether you agree with them or not. Of course, you have to be clear that maybe, yeah, like for example, yeah, I haven't been really doing my work that well. Maybe I can ask for my salary raise in maybe like the next contract renewal or something. To me, that's a woke artist. So what if you've given your opinion, you've given your proof, you've given everything, your points and all that, and you get support, and yet you still don't get a raise? Leave. Look for a company that appreciates your value. As I said before, companies might take advantage of employees who don't voice out or are chin-chai. Chin-chai means like anything goes, like go with the flow, whatever that comes into your plate, you accept. There's no harm in that, but in terms of salary, I feel like it's better to be more aware and care. So that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video and it gives you some motivation and some fighting spirit to actually fight for your salary. Fight for yourself. Believe in the work you've done, get support. There's always times where you have a lead that you can always talk to or something, or you have someone on the higher up, on the next level that you can discuss with on how to approach salaries. Do be proactive and ask them about that. And remember, don't let people step on you. Don't let them take advantage of you because they know that you don't know your worth and your value. Remember, sometimes a lot of artists are undervalued. Let's make that up the bar, let's up the bar for that. We gotta be more aware and care about how much we're worth as artists, because there's always this stigma that like artists are not that valuable, we are poor, we cannot really do work. I mean, we are not that essential to society. I'm looking at you, newspaper, because if everyone is silent about this and they continuously allow taking advantages cases to happen, it's going to affect the entire industry in general. And that wouldn't be good, wouldn't it? Let's all take our brothers and sisters, our fellow animators and anyone in the animation industry. Let's bring each other up. Let's support each other. Let's climb up the steps together and let's feel more appreciated. Like the community is always here for you. Let's create a good one that knows their value, one that fights for their salary. And in general, let's pump it up. If you know someone who is not really fighting for the salary, or they don't know how to, or they want to, please share this video to them. It might help them in one way or the other. So if you learned something or if it inspired you on something, please like, subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting more contents about this in the future as well. And hit the notification bell on when's my next video's coming out. And if you're happy, great. If you're sad, don't be sad. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!